Hey guys, Miss R here. Just wanted to give you a little bit more guidance on what I'm looking for this introductory paragraph for your first essay. So I've provided this whole document, which has a lot more information than I'm going to talk about here, over in the files in English 101 underneath your first essay. But I'm just going to go into details about your intro paragraph in this. So you want to start with your attention grabber or your hook. You'll hear me talk about it with both of those terms. This is to get your reader interested in what you have to say. So one really common choice for this is the personal story. A lot of my students love to use an anecdote from their lives talking about how this idea affects them or how they've experienced something that relates to the argument that they're going to make. This makes it a lot more interesting and exciting and gives you a reader that kind of buy-in because they can tell how invested you are in what you're saying. Another way to start is with a quote or paraphrase from Outliers, something you found interesting and that you plan to respond to. Or you can start with some kind of question or a topic that you want to introduce, something that's going to kind of provoke the reader's thoughts. Here's another little list with some more strategies, quote, some kind of summary. You can find a fact or statistic somewhere. Make sure that you cite it and you tell us where you got that information, but you can pull in outside information if you feel like it's a good way to introduce your idea. Next, you want to get into your summary. So this is the part where you're going to summarize what Gladwell said so that you are directly responding to somebody else's argument, just like they talk about in They Say, I Say. So you want to make sure you're telling us what Gladwell argued so that you can either disagree with it or agree with it or find yourself somewhere in between. So for your summary format, you want to make sure that you include the full name of the author, the full title of the source that you're using, and then what they said. So I'll give you an example. We see in Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, the story of success, he argues that. Or you can flip it and say Malcolm Gladwell claims in Outliers, the story of success, that. So you can organize this in different ways, but you just want to make sure to get his full name and the full title in. This is just for the first time that you mention the book. After that, you can say Gladwell says, or he says in Outliers. You don't need to use the full title of the book or his full name after you've told us the first time. And finally, you want to end with your thesis. So this is where you give us the clear guidance of what you're going to say in the whole rest of the essay. You can choose to use your three main points, your three main ideas that you're going to use for your body paragraphs and say them right here in the thesis, but you don't actually have to. So here are a few examples. The circumstances one is born into, as well as individual effort, determines success. So that's a fine thesis, but now you're going to have to use your main ideas to come and support why the circumstances that you're born into are relevant, and also why individual effort is relevant. If you choose the second one, families, so these are not choices, these are examples for you to base yours off of. I don't want you to take exactly these, but if we do something like the second one, families and communities do not have more of an impact on success than our individual effort, because then you're going to spend your essay talking about why families and communities aren't as relevant to success as other factors that you'll then go into. So that's basically the outline of your intro paragraph. You just want to have that attention grabber. You want to give us that background information about what Gladwell said, and then lead into your own thesis. All right, you got this.